So many new good magnetic keyboards in the market and so many okay magnetic keyboards. But yeah, because of all of the different options we have, it can get pretty confusing on what magnetic keyboard is going to be good for you, what you're actually looking for, what's even the best value for the price, best quality, best software features, all of that. In hopes of helping you decide on which magnetic keyboard is for you, I'm going to be making a tier list video with all of the different magnetic keyboards I've tried so far, and I think I have tried a lot. I have around a total of 27, I'm pretty sure, magnetic keyboards over here that I've tried and tested. The way I'm gonna be deciding their ranks is by looking at if there is something very unique and special about it, and then for the performance as well, is it good performing, does it feel very responsive from my experience, and then how about the build quality, the sound quality, the looks as well. Then I'm also gonna be looking at the software, the features it has, and then for the problems and issues I've encountered, if I've had any problems with it, and lastly the price. We're also going to be looking at that because man, there's crazy good magnetic keyboards for such a good price in this tier list that we're gonna be discussing as well. But yeah, all of this keyboard is gonna be in the links in the description. I'll have my affiliate links, so if you want to buy any of this, please use that, and I'll also have some discount codes that you can use so you get some discounts if you're planning to buy any of these magnetic keyboards. And a little disclaimer, all of the reviews and the personal opinions I'm gonna be giving in this tier list will be my honest opinions, and all of us will have different best, of course, but this is gonna be what's best for me, what I think is the best. So yeah, please respect that decision, and I hope this video helps you. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started right away with this tier list because we do have quite a lot. So starting with the Redragon FIZZ K617, what makes this keyboard special is definitely the price. It is, I'm pretty sure, the cheapest magnetic keyboard out of all of the magnetic keyboards in this list. And then Redragon also claims it is 8000 Hz. I mean, it did feel pretty responsive when I was using it, so I don't really have any problems with its performance. It is pretty customizable, the features, the rapid trigger, I had no problems with it. Felt pretty advantageous and instant as well, even on a $50 magnetic keyboard. For the build and the feel quality, the typing experience, not really its shining point. I mean, it is $50. For the software, I do not remember it having a good software. I don't know if they changed it already. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but yeah, the last time I checked, the software isn't really good. It's not web-based. It is working fine though, so not really any major problems with that. And then yeah, for the price, $50, I think you do get what you're paying for. Again, if you're just looking for the cheapest magnetic keyboard ever, you just want to try the rapid trigger function, then this might be higher for you, but for me personally, it will be in the B tier. And yeah, here's a little sound test if you want to hear. Next, we're moving on to the IQUNIX EZ63. Now, this is one of the fastest magnetic keyboards I've known, at least with the latency test that I've seen as well. Very, very fast. And yeah, when I was gaming, it felt very fast. No problems with the responsiveness of the keyboard. It felt pretty nice, pretty instant. For the build, it is made out of aluminum, so it is pretty durable and feels very high quality. It does have some weight. And for the looks, I can see it not being for everyone, especially with the blue and black accent over here. But recently, I'm pretty sure they released a pink color that I actually really like. The sound also felt pretty nice, or sounded pretty nice. For the software, it did have a web-based software. I got informed that it does have SOCD now, so pretty much all of the features that you will need will be in this keyboard as well. I did remember having the spacebar double-clicking issue, but it wasn't really a problem for me. I just had to increase the actuation point a little bit when I'm typing or having a different profile. But yeah, when I'm gaming, it didn't really bother me. And then for the price, you can get it for as low as $170 with discount code MIGSS. Definitely not in the budget range, but I think you are still getting what you paid for. Very high quality, again, very responsive. That's really the shining point of this keyboard. For me personally, I think I'll rank this on the S tier. Very nice keyboard. Here's a little sound test if you want to hear. Moving on to the Epomaker CIDOO C75. Now this is one of the highest quality magnetic keyboards I've ever tried. The sound, the feel, all metal, aluminum build, I really love it. And then for the performance, Epomaker claims it does have 8000 Hz polling rate, and it did feel pretty responsive when I was gaming with it as well. Didn't really had any problems with it. And then for the software and features, I do not remember it having a pretty good, decent software. The software is not its shining point, definitely. I don't know if they changed it. Be sure to correct me in the comments, but yeah, the last time I tested and remember, not really the best software. And then for the price, you can get it for as low as $129.99 with discount code MIGSS10. And that is actually a pretty good price considering the high qualityness of this keyboard. Most of the time, you gotta pay more in order to get this type of high qualityness on a keyboard. So yeah, because of that, I'm gonna be also putting it in the S tier. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the Epomaker CIDOO C75. Now moving on to the DrunkDeer G75. Now what makes this keyboard special is definitely the features it has. From what I can remember, they are the ones who started RDT, I'm pretty sure, released dual trigger, but yeah, others have also implemented it. But yeah, you could definitely not go wrong if you're looking for features like SOCD, they call it last to win, RDT, and all of those magnetic keyboard features in this keyboard. You will definitely have it for a pretty good price. And then for the performance, it did feel pretty good. I'm pretty sure it's 1000 Hz, but it still felt pretty responsive. The lowest actuation point, the rapid trigger, and stuff like that. Didn't really had any problems with the responsiveness. Build and the quality, it is made out of plastic, but it still felt pretty premium, and the sound, the typing experience felt pretty nice. And yeah, you're getting all of that for $117.99 with discount code MIGSS. I think that is a pretty good price for all of those features, all of those stuffs. For me, I'm gonna be putting it around S tier as well, in the middle of the IQUNIX EZ63 and the Epomaker CIDOO C75. Here's a little sound test if you want to go ahead and hear how it sounds like. But that's gonna be it for the DrunkDeer G75. Now moving on to the LUMINKEY Magger 68 HE. I think what makes this keyboard special is the quality you get for the price. You can get it for as low as $107 with the Black Friday sale, or you can also use discount code MIGSS. You can also get some discount with that. But yeah, for that price, you are getting such a good quality magnetic keyboard. It does have an aluminum frame, which makes the keyboard feel very high quality, and the keycaps as well, definitely one of my most favorite keycap set. I really love the color combination they used with that. And then for the performance, 8000 Hz, very responsive when I used it. It does have all of the features that you will need, SOCD and stuff like that. I do not remember it having a web-based software, but correct me if I'm wrong, maybe they've already made one. Pretty premium experience with this keyboard pretty much. And yeah, I'm very impressed with the price that you can get this for. Oh, and yeah, the typing experience as well, definitely premium as well. Sounded very good for me personally. And yeah, because of that, I'm gonna be actually putting it in the SS tier. And if you're curious about how it sounds like, here you go. Anyways, that's gonna be it for the LUMINKEY Magger 68 HE. Moving on to the Akko 3061 SHE. Now this keyboard is quite similar to the Wooting 60 HE actually, but this keyboard is cheaper and apparently has 8000 Hz polling rate. It is pretty fast and responsive when I tested it. It is made out of plastic, but yeah, again, it still sounded pretty good for me personally. I don't really have any problems with it. I think you're getting what you paid for. I did had a pretty good experience with the Akko 3061 SHE over here, and for the price of around $100 with discount code MIGSS, I think you're getting a pretty good deal for a magnetic keyboard over here around the $100 price. And yeah, for me personally, it's gonna be in the A tier. Pretty decent keyboard for the price as well. But yeah, here's a little sound test if you wanna hear. Now moving on to the Sikakeyb Castle HM66. I recently reviewed this keyboard and I was amazed with the sound quality as well, and also the looks. I think it has a very unique look from out of all of the keyboards, as you can see. Now it is made out of plastic though, but again, it did still feel pretty premium. For the performance, I've seen some tests as well claiming that it is one of the fastest magnetic keyboards. Feeling wise, it did feel pretty responsive when I was gaming. No problems with the performance and the feeling of it. And then for the software, I do not remember it having a web-based software, but yeah, the software does perform pretty well. It does pretty much have all of the features that you will be needing, SOCD, stuff like that. And for the price, you can get it for as low as around $170. For some reason, I'm charged with a service charge over here. I don't know why, but yeah, around $170+. Not in the budget side, but I still think you are getting what you paid for. Very, very nice, amazing keyboard. For me personally, I would put it around the S tier as well. Maybe around over here. Very close to the SS as well. Same as the IQUNIX over here. Pretty close to SS. Let's go ahead and put that there. Here's a little sound test if you want to hear. But okay, that's gonna be it for the Sikakeyb Castle HM66. Moving on to the Corsair K70 Pro TKL. Now, it is a magnetic keyboard, but there are some switches that are not magnetic, the around of the TKL. But yeah, the 60%, you can imagine the most used part of the keyboard are magnetic. It did feel premium and unique. It does have a rest pad from what I can remember, so that's a good bonus. But yeah, performance-wise, it does have 8000 Hz. It did feel pretty responsive when I was trying it out, gaming with it. The SOCD, the rapid trigger. For the build and the quality, it is made out of plastic, but it does have some weight and it does have a pretty unique look. It kind of has this metallic finish on top. So yeah, not a bad feel, build quality, felt pretty premium. The sound was pretty okay. The spacebar, I do remember being rattly, so you might want to go ahead and lube that a little bit. For the software, it is pretty unique, so it was a bit confusing for me at first. No major problems on the keyboard. And then for the price, right now you can get it for around $179.99. For that price, it is definitely not in the budget range. It's not really a bad keyboard. It is definitely better than the Akko 3061 SHE over here. One of the things we're looking at is the price though, and the Corsair K70 Pro TKL over here is almost double, almost the price of this thing. So I cannot really put it above it, even though it's better in other aspects. I'm gonna be putting it around over here. It's not like a bad keyboard. It's just like, for the price, I'm kind of expecting more, especially with all of the different competitions. Here's a little sound test if you want to hear. But yeah, moving on to the Arbiter Studio Polar 65 Pro. If we're gonna be talking about the Godzilla variation, I think what makes this special is definitely the looks. For me personally, I really love the looks. And also the quality and the sound of the keyboard. Definitely one of the best sounding magnetic keyboards over here at the list as well. Does have pretty good performance, felt pretty responsive when I tested it. Does have SOCD. Oh, and another thing that I actually really liked about it is the software. It is one of the most simple web-based softwares I've tried. Once you connect it, everything is so easy to understand, and I think sometimes, you know, simple is better. I didn't really had any problems with it. Pretty premium experience. And then for the price, you can get it for around $160, the Godzilla variation, but if you want the non-Godzilla, I'm pretty sure it's $10 cheaper. But yeah, I really do recommend the Godzilla variation though. I really love it. I wouldn't say it's a budget keyboard, but I also wouldn't say it's an expensive keyboard. I think it's around the medium priced for a keyboard. And you know what? I'm gonna be putting it in the SS tier. It's an amazing keyboard as well. Here's a little sound test if you want to hear. Now moving on to the BACKSPACE OASIS 75. I think what makes this keyboard special as well is definitely the quality of the keyboard. As soon as you pick it up, when you feel it, it's very, very high quality, and the looks as well is very unique. It does have 8000 Hz polling rate. You can go to as low as 0.04 millimeters. Pretty responsive when the last time I remembered testing it out. It does have pretty much all of the features that you will need. I do not remember it having a web-based software, but again, not sure if they did make a new update update, it's kind of hard to, you know, stay updated with all of the different changes they're doing in all of these different keyboards. Now for the sound of this keyboard, now that I'm listening to it, it does sound pretty decent, but I think it would sound so much better with a different switch. I didn't really experience any issues with it. And then for the price, it is always out of stock, but yeah, you can get it for around, if you use my discount code MIGSS OASIS75, you can get $10 off. So yeah, for the lowest price, you can get it for around $189. A bit on the premium pricing of the keyboards, but yeah, I still think you are getting what you pay for. But yeah, I'm gonna be putting it around here on the A tier list. Here's a little sound test if you want to hear. Now moving on to the Womier M68 HE V2. Now at the moment of filming this video, I do not have the review of this keyboard out, I'm pretty sure. And I think what makes it special is definitely the looks. It does have this topograph thingy. I really like the look of it. And also the pricing of this keyboard, bro. Below $60 actually. You can actually get it even lower with my discount code MIGSS. It works for the whole Womier store. But yeah, that price is definitely on the budget size. But yeah, they do claim that it does have 8000 Hz polling rate. It did feel pretty responsive when I'm using it. Now quality wise, it's definitely not its shining point as well. It is made out of plastic. The typing experience was pretty okay. I'd say it's a little better than the Redragon FIZZ K617, but you could definitely feel the plasticiness. It does have a web-based software though. It also does have SOCD. Now so far, I'm not sure if I'm doing something wrong, but the SOCD is a bit buggy, and the software as well, not really the buggiest freest software, but it does work, and it's also web-based. So, and yeah, because of that, I'd actually go ahead and put it. I'm really impressed with the features this has with the price as well. So yeah, you know what, let's just leave it there. Here's a little sound test if you want to hear. Now moving on to the Varmilo Muse65 HE, another one that's very high quality. I really love the qualityness of this keyboard. It does have 8000 Hz. I'm pretty sure they do have a web-based software now. It does have all of the features that you will be needing. Very nice. And yeah, I think what makes this keyboard very special as well is the looks. I really love all of the variations. To be specific, the variation I got over here, I think it is my favorite actually. Pretty sure this is called the Summit variation. But yeah, I really love the qualityness, the look, and even the sound of it. The spacebar, from what I can remember, can use some lubing, but yeah, still a pretty good sounding keyboard. Performance wise, 8000 Hz felt very responsive when I was gaming with it. No problems with that. And for the price, you can get it for as low as $140+ because it's Black Friday. So you have a sale over here. And yeah, because of that sale, that's actually a pretty good deal for the quality you're getting here and the performance and pretty much the keyboard you're getting. So yeah, because of that, I'm gonna be putting it around the A tier over here. Almost S, but yeah, around A tier. Very nice keyboard as well. Yeah, here's a little sound test. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the Varmilo Muse65 HE. Now let's go ahead and move on to the IROK IYX MU68. This keyboard is definitely one of the first magnetic keyboards out there that is like budget friendly, but also has an aluminum case. So yeah, that's definitely what makes this keyboard special. But yeah, sound wise, to be honest, not really like premium like how you would expect a aluminum magnetic keyboard. But yeah, it does sound pretty okay. And then for the performance, it does have 8000 Hz polling rate, at least that's what they claim. And yeah, it did feel pretty responsive when I was gaming with it, using it. Now for the software and the features of this keyboard, not really the best experience from what I can remember. It was very confusing, and you kind of have this widget that you can drag around now that I didn't really want. I'm not sure if they changed that already. Hopefully, probably. I still think you're getting what you pay for around $93.99 with discount code MIGSS, and maybe cheaper, who knows, with the Black Friday sale. Pretty premium case. I really love how it felt like. No major problems with it really, just the software. I wish they could improve it. But yeah, I'm gonna be putting this keyboard around over here, yeah, around there. But yeah, again, if you're just looking for a pretty good price aluminum case magnetic keyboard, this might be higher, but for me, we go put it there. Here's a little sound test. Now moving on to the NuPhy Field75 HE. Now every NuPhy product, this is what I really like about them, is their software. Recently, with all of the different updates they've made, their software is crazy good. It is web-based. It does have pretty much all of the features that you're looking for. And yeah, I do think it is better than the Wooting software, NuPhy's software right now at the moment. So yeah, that's what makes this keyboard special. And other than that is also the 8000 Hz and the performance of this keyboard. It did feel pretty responsive when I was gaming with it. The SOCD, the lowest actuation point, the rapid trigger felt very instant. And the build and the feel quality of this keyboard is pretty okay. It is plastic from what I can remember. Doesn't feel as premium as an aluminum metal case, but still felt pretty premium even though it's plastic. Typing with it also felt pretty okay. The sound was pretty decent. Didn't really experience any major problems with it. Oh, another unique thing about this keyboard is definitely the extra buttons. If you look at the keyboard more closely, they have this extra buttons on the left side, the right side, and also the knob. All of these different things. You can get it for as low as $134.95 with discount code MIGSS. Very nice price for this keyboard. I really like it, and because of that, I think it's gonna be here in the S tier. Here's a little sound test if you want to hear. Now moving on to the Chilkey ND65 CS HE, I think what makes this keyboard very good for me personally is the sound. When I was typing with it, so creamy. I really loved how it sounded like. And other than that, the looks as well, very good looks. I really love the black and cream kind of color they used over here, and also the qualityness. If you pick it up, it is made out of aluminum case, so very nice premium quality, and it does affect the sound, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, the performance also felt pretty nice, responsive. The lowest millimeters you can set it to. The rapid trigger felt very nice. It does have a web-based software, which I really liked. Now, the last time I remember, it didn't have SOCD, but again, I'm not sure now. Pretty premium experience, and you can get all of that for around $129. Yeah, you can also use my discount code, but yeah, I don't think it gives any discount. But yeah, it will support me a lot, and for that price, that is pretty good. And because of that, I'll be putting it around almost S, but I'd say around A tier still. Anyways, here's a little sound test. Now moving on to the DAREU EK75 RT. It is a pretty decent keyboard. It does perform pretty well and responsive when I was using it. It works like a magnetic keyboard. For the typing experience, I do remember not having the best experience, remembering the switches are kind of scratchy on the keyboard. And I'm pretty sure it is also a little bit rattly, so yeah, not really the best typing experience on this keyboard. For the build, it is made out of plastic. It does feel pretty okay. For the software, I do not remember it having like the best like web-based software. I'm pretty sure you do have to download the software. It is pretty okay software. I'm pretty sure it does work like how it is supposed to. And personally, I'm not the huge fan of the variation I got, but they do have a pretty good variation from what I remember. It does have this clear keycap, stuff like that. And then for the price, it is around $150, maybe cheaper with the Black Friday sale. But yeah, for $150, at least comparing it to the competition, I don't think you are getting what you paid for. Well, at least in my own opinion, because you know, maybe you have something that you're really looking for that is only seen in this keyboard, then yeah, go for it. But yeah, for me personally, in my own opinions, it is pretty okay, but definitely not in the $150 range feeling, in my own opinion, at least from the other keyboards I've experienced and tested. So yeah, I will be putting it in C. But yeah, here's a little sound test if you want to hear. Now let's go ahead and move on to the NuPhy Halo65 HE. Now this keyboard blew my mind. It is around $80 if you pre-order it now, because it will rise in price after the pre-order. As you can see, you can get it around $89.95, plus with the discount code MIGSS, you can get it for only $80, around that price, which is crazy. So yeah, other than the price, I think another thing that makes this keyboard special is even with that price, you get such crazy good sounds and the quality as well of the keyboard. And again, with the NuPhy keyboards, it has, for me personally, one of the best magnetic keyboard softwares ever so far at the moment. So yeah, you're kind of getting all of this premium sound quality, premium keyboard, premium software for a pretty good $80 price. Yeah, it did feel pretty premium. 8000 hertz. The performance as well, don't get me wrong, is freaking crazy. So yeah, this keyboard is gonna be at the top so far for me personally. SS tier for sure. I really love this keyboard. Has all of the features that you will need. Very premium experience. I didn't had any issues, problems encountered with the keyboard. And yeah, here's a little sound test. But okay, now moving on to the Akko MOD007B HE PC. Now, it is an amazing tri-mode. I'm pretty sure it is tri-mode, right? Or I'm not 100% sure in the Bluetooth if I remember correctly. But I'm sure you can use it wirelessly and wired. And a lot of you guys are just looking for wireless keyboards. I've seen a lot of comments, wireless. Wirelessness is crazy thing for you guys. So I'm sure if you're that guy, whoever you guys are, you'll definitely put this on the SS because it's wireless, right? Well, yeah, actually the wirelessness and the wiredness, being able to use that, I think is what makes this keyboard special, because there's not a lot of wireless magnetic keyboards out there. So yeah, that's definitely one thing that makes this keyboard special. And another thing is the sound. And then for the performance, again, 8000 hertz wired, you can use that. For the wireless, I'm pretty sure 1000 hertz only. But yeah, very responsive when I tested it, both wireless and wired. For the build quality, it is made out of plastic, I'm pretty sure, but it still sounded amazing good. And also felt pretty premium even with that plastic case. Then for the software, last time I remembered, it doesn't have a web-based software, but again, I don't know if they already maybe have a new one. And yeah, it did pretty much work like a normal software. Everything that you will need will be there. Last time I checked, no SOCD, but they might have changed that. I didn't really experience any issues with it. Then for the price, you can get it for around $135.99. Now, I don't know, I'm pretty sure you should get some discount with coupon code MIGSS, but might be bugging. But yeah, for that price and then wireless feature, or you can also use it wired, 8000 hertz, I think that's a pretty good deal keyboard. And because of that, I'll be putting it around the A tier as well. But yeah, here's a little sound test. Anyways, now moving on to the MelGeek MADE68 Pro. This is also one of the craziest magnetic keyboards. Now, you could get it for a cheaper price before, but I'm pretty sure since the pre-order sale is done, the price rose a little bit. But yeah, what makes this keyboard special is it does have this design. As you can see the look, it does have like this light box at the back. And other than that, 8000 hertz polling rate for the performance, very responsive when I tested this, when I gamed with it. It also has SOCD and QDT, I think, quick dual triggers similar to RDT. So yeah, web-based software as well, of course. So everything that you will need, the responsiveness and the features, everything will be in this keyboard. Very nice. Now, it is made out of plastic, the bottom case, but very premium plastic. And then for the sides, it is made out of aluminum or metal, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, I don't really have any problems with how this keyboard sounds like. You should definitely go and explore with the different switches because it is hot swappable. But yeah, anyways, for the price, I actually cannot find where they are selling all of the different elemental, you know, air, fire, wind, stuff like that. But in their official website, they do have the MADE68 Pro over here, but you can only get it with the color purple or pink, which I actually think looks pretty okay. So yeah, from what it seems, you can get it for around $149 now. Correct me in the comments on if you find any cheaper, or maybe I'm just not in the right page. But yeah, $149, still a pretty good price for the quality you are getting over here. And man, I really love how this looks like. And because of all of those different features, I think it is worthy of the SS tier over here. But probably around over here, just in the middle of the LUMINKEY and the Arbiter Studio. But yeah, definitely SS tier, very nice keyboard. I really love it. And here's a little sound test of the MelGeek MADE68 Pro. Anyways, now moving on to the Keychron K2 HE. Now Keychron, you already know them. They make such great quality and sounding keyboards. And yeah, that's actually what makes this keyboard really good, is the sound. I think that's what makes it special, and also the quality. And other than that, the wirelessness as well. I'm pretty sure this is one of the first wireless magnetic keyboards, at least I've tried and I've seen. Very responsive as well. I had no problems with its performance. I'm pretty sure it is 1000 Hz, but hey, still pretty responsive, no problems with it. It did have a web-based software from what I can remember, so very easy to set up as well. I didn't remember it having SOCD, but you can double check, maybe they've added it now. And yet didn't really experience any issues with the keyboard. Pretty premium experience. I really like it. And then for the price, cheapest you can get it for is around $130, which is a pretty good price for a wireless magnetic keyboard from Keychron that is really good quality. And if you don't really like the look of this, I really love how the others look like as well. But yeah, it's gonna be a bit more expensive, but yeah, the lowest you can get it is around $130. I think that price is pretty good for the value of this keyboard. You're getting what you pay for, especially if you're looking for a wireless Keychron keyboard or just a wireless keyboard overall. And because of that, I think this keyboard is worthy of the S tier. I'll be putting it around over here. And yeah, here's a little sound test of the Keychron K2 HE. But okay, now moving on to the BOOG75 by Meletrix. I think what makes this keyboard really good is the high qualityness as well. I think this is actually the heaviest keyboard out of all of these guys over here. Very heavy, but in a good way. It's very high quality. And the back as well. I really love how the back side of the keyboard looks like, as you can kind of see it over here in the thumbnail. Now for the performance, I'm pretty sure it does have 1000 Hz polling rate, but it still felt pretty responsive with the lowest millimeters and the rapid trigger as well. I really love it. I had no problems gaming with it, felt very instant. And then for the software, it does have a web-based software. Now last time I checked, again, didn't have SOCD, not sure now though, but yeah, pretty premium experience. Didn't experience any issues with that. For the price, you can get it for as low as $229, and you can also use my discount code Miguel, but I don't think it gives any discount codes. But yeah, it will really support the channel a lot, and definitely not in the cheap side of the keyboard. Price is definitely on the high end, but you can be sure that you are getting a high-end quality gaming keyboard over here. For me personally, I will be putting it around the A tier over here, almost S tier, but yeah, around A tier. It's a very nice quality sounding keyboard. I really love it. Here's a little sound test of the BOOG75. But okay, now moving on to the YUNZII RT68. Now what makes this keyboard special is also the budget friendliness of this keyboard, while at the same time looking amazing. As you can see, it does come in with some keycaps that you can put on, and I think putting that on really gives this keyboard a unique feel, amazing look. I'm pretty sure it does have 1000 Hz polling rate, but still felt pretty responsive. It also does have a web-based software, so pretty easy to set up. Just make sure that you are the latest firmware version of the software and the keyboard though, because from what I can remember, I didn't have a good experience because I was not at the latest firmware version. But yeah, as long as you make sure that you're in the latest updated version of the keyboard's firmware and software, you'll be good. So yeah, no really big problems with it. And then for the filling and the build quality of the keyboard, it is made out of plastic, and typing with it does sound kind of plasticky and pretty okay, not really a bad sound for me personally. Now you can get it for as low as $79.99 with discount code MIGSS, and that is a pretty good price. I think for this keyboard, you're getting what you pay for. Web-based software, SOCD, good looking keyboard. Might not be the most premium case and stuff like that, but still, I really like it for the price. And because of that, I'll be putting it around over here, like that. And here's a little sound test of the YUNZII RT68. Anyways, now let's go ahead and move on to the XVX G75. Now this keyboard is also one of the cheapest magnetic keyboards. I'm pretty sure next to the Redragon, or Next to the Redragon and the Womier M68, I'm pretty sure. XVX claims it also does have 8000 Hz polling rate, and when I was gaming with it, it did feel pretty responsive. I don't have any problems with it. Pretty instant, the lowest millimeters and the rapid trigger as well. The software, I do not remember it being good or like top of the line, but it did work like how it's supposed to. It wasn't web-based, but yeah, again, I don't know if maybe they've released a new one, but yeah, last time I remembered not web-based. And yeah, you do get a pretty decent 75% magnetic keyboard. You do get what you pay for, especially for the price. You can get it for as low as around $73, so I think it did rise a little bit actually, but yeah, you might get it for cheaper with the Black Friday sale. But yeah, it is a pretty good cheap price, 75% magnetic keyboard, and I'll be putting it around over here, around B tier, almost A, but yeah, around B tier. And here's a little sound test. But okay, now moving on to the Wooting 60 HE. Now, the Wooting 60 HE is not released in 2024, but how is it doing this 2024? So we're still gonna be putting it in the tier list. Now, what makes this keyboard special is definitely it's one of the first magnetic keyboards, and you could definitely be sure with its warranty as well. You have 4 freaking years warranty with the Wooting 60 HE, which is crazy. And yet you can also be sure with their customer service, their developer team, they do listen to what others people say. Let's say there's a feature that everybody wants in the keyboard. For the performance, it is 1000 Hz polling rate, but it did still feel pretty fast when I was gaming with it. Didn't have any problems with it. For the build, it is made out of plastic, and feeling wise, not really. It does feel pretty premium still for the plastic, but yeah, not really, you know, like it's plastic. And then it does feel pretty rattly from what I can remember, the space bar, and not really the best sounding, but it does sound pretty okay. For the software, utility, very nice software, one of the best as well. It will have all of the features that you will need, and then I didn't really experience any problems or issues with it. Pretty well-rounded overall magnetic keyboard experience, very nice. I really love it. It is around $170. Before, or a year ago, it's crazy good already and very amazing. But yeah, the competition I think has caught up, and for that price you might want to say that's kind of a lot, but by no means it is a bad keyboard though. It's still pretty good, surprisingly. Even though this is years old, it is still holding up pretty well and can be used amazingly today. But I'm gonna be putting it around over here. Yeah, I like this one. And here's a little sound test of the Wooting 60 HE. But okay, now moving on to the NuPhy Air60 HE. Now, what makes this keyboard special is its low profile. I'm not sure if there's other low profile magnetic keyboards out there yet other than the Air60 HE, but yeah, this is definitely one of the firsts. And I think other than being low profile, what makes this keyboard good as well is the quality, the software. NuPhy keyboards, amazing software, has all of the features that you will be needing in that software. Very nice. And for the price as well, this is crazy for the price. And what I really like about it is a lot of people are asking for a 75% version, and they're actually making a 75 version, and I'm gonna be reviewing it as well. But yeah, it's gonna be similar to the Air60 HE. The price, the performance, the quality, the build quality, the software, I didn't experience any problems with it. And also the keycaps, I really love the clear ones on the right side. Very nice. And yeah, the sound as well. I think the low profileness does have an impact, but it does sound very creamy. I really love how it sounds like. But yeah, you can get this keyboard for as low as $107.95 with discount code MIGSS. Very nice price. And yeah, because of that, I'm gonna be putting it around the SS tier as well, around the middle of the NuPhy Halo65 HE and the LUMINKEY Magger 68. But yeah, here's a little sound test of the NuPhy Air60 HE. But okay, now moving on to the Wooting 80 HE. 2 more keyboards left. But yeah, to be specific, the zinc alloy version of the Wooting 80 HE, that's what we're gonna be talking about here. But yeah, what makes this keyboard special is, again, from Wooting. They're definitely one of the first guys in the magnetic keyboard scene, and you could definitely be sure with the quality of their keyboard, their software, and also the 4-year warranty. Amazing. And also they listen to their customers and their fans. Very, very nice. I like that about them. And then for the performance, it does have an 8000 Hz polling rate. Definitely one of the fastest magnetic keyboards in the market as well. When I was gaming, it felt very nice and responsive. I had no problems with it. The build quality as well, I got the zinc alloy. I really love the weight. It might look a little bit too plain and simple though for some. I really like the cleanliness though, and the quality of the keyboard and the little LED bar. I really love the customizability you can do with that. For the sound, I really loved how it sounded like as well, to be specific on the zinc alloy. For the price of the zinc alloy, you can get it for around $290, and then for the shipping and the tax, I paid not okay, let's not count it, but yeah, I'm just gonna say it's around $100 as well, so almost $400 what I paid for. But okay, let's just say you live in a place where you don't pay that much. Definitely one of the most expensive keyboards out of all of the ones listed right now, which is, yeah, definitely not on the budget side. At least the zinc alloy version. You can get the plastic one, I guess, if you want a little bit more budget friendly, but still the price is kind of high for a plastic keyboard if you're gonna get that one. It's Wooting we're talking about, and if you're paying that price, you're definitely getting also that worth of price. So I'm not saying the Wooting 80 HE is bad and overpriced, because you definitely get what you're paying for. Very premium experience, like perfect magnetic keyboard. Though I wouldn't say it's the greatest price for the value you'll get, but definitely an amazing keyboard still. I'd be putting this keyboard, yeah, like here. I think I'm more comfortable for it to be around over there. Here's a little sound test of the Wooting 80 HE. Okay, last keyboard, moving on to the WOBKEY Rainy75 RT. I also just reviewed this keyboard recently, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think so far this is one of the lowest millimeters you can get accurately as possible, like 0.005 millimeters. I know that's like unnoticeable overkill millimeters already, but yeah, that is just impressive. So yeah, I think that's what makes it special, the accuracy, the crazy accuracy, and also the responsiveness of this keyboard. The performance, 8000 Hz, very, very nice. It also felt pretty responsive when I was gaming with it. And then for the build, it is solid. I really love how it feels like. It's all aluminum, and the switches as well. I really love the decision they made with the switches, the King of Magnetics as well. Felt very, very nice overall. I really love the sound, the quality, the feel of the keyboard. For the software, it also does have a web-based software. It can get some improvements, but it definitely is a good working web-based software. You do get SOCD. It does have a little bit of a missing feature like DKS mod tab, but I don't know, maybe I was just missing it, and they could definitely add it easily anyways. I had no problems with the software, web-based software, very nice and easy to set up. Did had a similar problem with the IQUNIX EZ63 with the double clicking on the spacebar, but yeah, it was easily fixed by adding a different profile for when I was typing, because that's when I was only getting annoyed with the double clicking on the spacebar. For the price, it does come in around, you can get it for as cheap as $190 if you pick the standard variation. But yeah, the variation I got over here is around $200. You might be able to get it cheaper with the Black Friday sale, not sure. For that price, I think you are definitely getting what you pay for. I think that is pretty worth it. And because of that, I'll be putting it around over here. Maybe a little bit above here. I mean, yeah, around there. Pretty good. But okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the mic to, you guys probably know him already. He's also pretty well known in the gaming peripheral scene. I asked him what is his top 3 best magnetic keyboards for 2024. I thought you guys will also be interested, and it might be helpful, you know, having a different person give his top 3 best. But yeah, here's AimAdapt.
What's up guys, my name's Liam, also known as AimAdapt, and Migs, thank you so much for inviting me along to be in this video. I'm a huge fan of your videos and I wish you nothing but the best for your channel going forward. There are a bunch of amazing keyboards that have come out this year and I do wish that I could have included more options on this list. These are just going to be some of my top picks of things that have stood out to me. And I do want to let you know that my picks are primarily focused around gaming. I look for two things, mostly just the feeling and the stability of the keyboard and the overall performance. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump into it. One of the boards that have really stood out to me this year has been the Ponage ZenBlade 65. Just everything about the layout, look, and build of this. I love how it has a really heavy and solid aluminum case. Just the stability of this. This does also have the Gateron 2.0 switches in it, so it has a really great typing experience, pretty decent sound signature, and the performance on this board is really good. Like I said, all around, just everything about the feeling from the case, the switches, everything in it feels really great to me. The only thing that I'd really change about this is their software is just kind of lacking right now. It does look great, but they do need to add more features like SOCD, Rappy Snappy, and things like that. So hopefully those will come in the future. But aside from that, everything about the feeling and performance of this board for me has felt fantastic. Next up, we have the ATK RS7 Pro. This really is my favorite 75% layout that I have currently tested. I do have custom keycaps on here, but this is kind of the same thing as a Ponage. The feeling of this for me is just fantastic. Has a full aluminum case, very heavy, and offers great stability as I'm using it. It does have custom Gateron Jade switches in it. It is gasket mounted. Also has web-based software. You do have features like SOCD in this, Rappy Snappy, and it does allow you to make adjustments as low as 0.02 millimeters on the rapid trigger. So everything about the build, feeling, and performance of this keyboard really does make it great, and that's why it has made it on my list. And when talking about performance, this list wouldn't be complete without including the Sikakeyb HM80. Its PCB has 15 chips to ensure precision and stability, and this is one of the most sensitive keyboards that I've ever used. Though I do feel like the format of their software still needs a little bit more work to be user friendly. It does have a lot of great options in here like SOCD, rapid fire, and it even allows you to make adjustments to the rapid trigger as low as 0.01 millimeters. It also has some of my favorite switches, which is the brand new magnetic Jade Pros in it, and the feeling and performance of this really does feel great. I do wish that this did come with an aluminum case. I'm not really a huge fan of the plastic cases, but it does have this really cool LCD display up here in the top right hand corner, which you can customize, and the performance and feeling of this in-game is just an absolute powerhouse. Next up, we have the IQUNIX EZ63. There really is a lot to love with this keyboard. It has some of the fastest performance that I've tested so far. They did just recently add SOCD and mod tap, really cool feature. I did get this with the magnetic jades in there, some of my favorite switches. They do feel fantastic. The build of this is great. It has an all aluminum frame and it is gasket mounted. It also allows you to adjust the rapid trigger sensitivity down as low as 0.05 millimeters, and everything about the usability of this and the feeling of it is great. The only one real critique I have about it is hopefully they will be able to add more features in the future as far as the software, but the foot design on it does kind of bother me. I don't really like how it sticks out on the top up here. I do wish that it came down more and was more flush with the top of the case. But besides that, this really has been one of my favorite keyboards to game on as far as the feeling of it goes and the usability. And then last but not least, we have my current favorite keyboard, which is the Wooting 80 HE. The weight of this, the feeling of it, they made a huge improvement compared to the Wooting 60 HE with these brand new Lecker V2 switches, in my opinion. They're using this brand new web-based driver, and it is my favorite type of driver out there that's on the market, with just the options you have for this keyboard, how you're able to adjust it, how user-friendly it is. This is one of the fastest keyboards that I've ever tested on the market. So all around, this thing is just an absolute powerhouse for me. I also do prefer these larger style keyboards like the 75, 80, or even the TKL. So everything about this just goes right up my alley with what I look for in a keyboard, and I really do feel like this one is about as good as it gets.
Thank you also, Liam, for joining me in this video. But yeah, those are definitely some amazing keyboards. I can see how they can be someone's top bests, and he actually gave us more than 3 of his top bests, and I really appreciate that. I hope that was able to help you guys. If you guys want to go ahead and check him out, I'll go ahead and put his links in the description. If you guys want to support us, be sure to subscribe to both of our channels, and you can also use our affiliate links and discount codes if you're planning to buy any of those keyboards mentioned in the video. And also, if you guys want to go ahead and check out my individual reviews of the keyboard I mentioned in the tier list, it will also be available in my channel. Be sure to just search it up, or I'll try and include them in the description if it will fit. But yeah, that will be it for this video. I pray and hope that it was able to help you in some way. I'll go ahead and see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to stay grateful, and remember, Jesus loves you. Bye bye.